Real talk. So I was just sitting here getting some sunlight as I usually do every day, and felt like putting the camera on real quick and just telling you guys a few insights you could be using and I use every day. And it's basically on the topic of depression. You see, a lot of people today are on depression medications. They're on like suppressants. They might even be using like recreational drugs. Some drink, some do all these type of things in order to cure their depression, right? And I'm not gonna get into all those, but I could just simply start getting into like the prescribed depression remedies they tell you are going to work. And you know, even though it does help many people, it might help more significantly if you knew kind of how depression is stemmed and where it comes from, instead of just running to your doctor for a quick fix prescription medication for it. And here's what I mean. Well, firstly, and I would just like to clear up as well, like I was on depression medication at one time too, but it wasn't until I woke up and started to learn what depression really is that I started to make a change. And now I kind of like do whatever I want in my life. I don't really care about anybody else's opinions. I'm like an artist. I do, creative stuff. I'm in media, I'm in fashion, I'm in movies. And I kind of just do whatever I want with my life and not depressed. So when you go to a doctor and say, hey, I'm depressed. And listen, guys, also another thing, like everybody has a really challenging life. We've all faced adversities in our life. We all had hardships. We all had challenges. We all had like tough times, sad times. And we all do. And I'm not going to discredit any of us for that, because we all have a story. We all have a story that might make us think we're now depressed. Okay? And again, I fell for this too, guys. I fell for this too. But so cool. You go to the doctor for some depression medication, right? And it's almost in a way where you're telling the doctor what's wrong with you. The doctor didn't even say you're depressed. You're walking in there already you're already pre-diagnosing yourself like, hey, I'm depressed, and because you're ready for that quick fix medication. Okay, well, what some of us don't realize is that medication is a scam. Okay, I'm just gonna be flat out honest. That medication is really a scam, because you could either simply ask yourself, or somebody could ask you, okay, you're depressed? All right, why are you depressed? And then you might start thinking like, oh, I don't know, I'm just like sad or whatever. Okay, well, why are you sad? Why do you think you're depressed? And a lot of the times we find is that when someone is depressed, it's because they are depressed because of a certain situation. Now, if you put your finger on that situation, like, well, I'm really sad and lately depressed because I don't really have any more friends. Well, if you think about it, there's a way to go and fix that. We could start networking. We could introduce you to friends. You could do online meeting things. You could get on social media. There's a million different ways where I could tell you how to come out of anti-socialism and start making friends. That's number one. Oh, I'm sad and depressed because I always wanted to be an artist, but there's no way I could do that. My family say I'm crazy to even think I am. Okay, well, stop right there for a second. Being an artist is not delusional. You could do whatever you want in this life. And what you have to remember is you are not living your life, and you are not on this planet right now to be impressing somebody else's life. Okay? And, I don't want to be disrespectful to any family members, any friends, any peers. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to any of y'all. But most likely, it's like a family member or a close friend or relative that's telling us, no, you can't be an artist. Yo, you're being crazy. Yo, you're being delusional. And most of the time, no, that's not true. You could do whatever you want. If you think you're a singer, you think you're a model, you think you're an actor, you think you're a wrestler, you think you're a cook, you think you're whatever you want to be, you're a doctor, whatever you want to be, right? You could do that. Who's really stopping you? The people that's telling you don't do it. That's the only people stopping you. But if you really wanted to do that, just go ahead and start doing it and become that. All right? Because if you over here waiting for other people's permission and acknowledgement, guess what? They're already telling you it's delusional and it's crazy. So you are never going to do that. And at the end, you're still going to be depressed because you want to be an artist and you're not letting yourself be an artist at this point. Cool. No, we want to go to the doctor and get something to kind of just like make us forget about what we want to become. No, we don't want to forget about what we want to become. We want to go and do that. And sometimes people are going to be like, no, you're crazy. Okay, so what? I'm crazy. I'm not here to impress you. I want to do what I want to do with my life before it's over. Our life is not going to last forever. So a lot of the times when you're taking depression medication, and I'm getting really loud here in the park, I need to calm down naturally. Not with meds, I need to calm down naturally like I just did. A lot of the times when we're taking depression medication, it might be helping us a little bit, but it's very, very temporary. It's not actually fixing the problem. And so if you're depressed and sad because you want to become an artist, and instead of chasing that goal, you're gonna now take this medication to remove your depression. But really, you're still not going to become that artist, so you are gonna be depressed forever. So now you're gonna take that medication forever. Do you understand what I'm saying here? And a lot of times, like, oh, I'm sad because these guys were talking shit about me on Instagram. It was like, okay, well, you have to remember that those are just words. Those are never going to change your life. If you really want to do what you want to do, if you want to become who you want to become, an artist, a doctor, you want to be an astronaut, brother, you want to be a director, you want to be an actor, you want to be a model, you can do whatever you want. If you really want to go and do those things, that means that internally you are already that. You are already that person. Okay? Don't let nobody tell you that you can't be. There's no such thing. They don't choose for you. You choose. You are your separate person and you choose what you want to be. Oh, somebody was talking this and that on social media. Okay, that's not going to change who I am, right? That's not going to change who I am and who I am becoming. They're just words. Look, I'm talking words right now. That's not going to hurt you. Those are not physical actions that put a stop to what you want to become. It makes no sense, guys. We gotta have to grow up sometimes. Oh, I'm sad because I'm sad because I got a really low grade on my test. Well, guess what? That's okay. You could go and retake that test and get a higher grade. You could get a lower grade. It's all gonna depend on the preparation you did and the work you did in advance before you take that test. Well, you got a low grade. Let's find out where you did wrong. Go and take that test again and get those answers right now. I don't think you're going to be depressed anymore if you get 100 now. So a lot of the times it's like, oh, we're going to take this medication to help us not be depressed. But we're not fixing the problem for why we are depressed. Therefore, we're going to stay depressed forever and take these medications forever and not fix the problem that's making us sad. And not fix the problem of listening to everybody else and not becoming a star like you want to be, and not becoming a doctor like you want to be, and not becoming a wrestler like you want to be, and not becoming a singer like you want to be. No, we're not gonna go and do all those things that we really want to do. Why would we do that when we could just go and take some depression medication forever and not do what we want to do that's making us depressed? Now, I don't know about you guys, but you tell me, does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? I don't think so. I hope that helped you.